We're going to do a comparison. This is the medium rewind and medium ripper right here. You could see the front, very narrow. Now this, even though it looks so much smaller, this is a medium. You would definitely say it's definitely a medium, right? It's definitely a medium. Looking at them side by side, the way this comes in really like tight here and pinches in, and this is like wide and widened out. You can see how much thinner that is than the rewind back here, and it's got more rocker actually kicked up. We're not on a perfectly flat surface, but it's flat enough. Rewind's pretty flat down here, but it widens up really fast. About 6 to 8 inches in, the rewind starts widening up. Then you look at this, look, you're like almost, dang, you're like almost through 2 foot in before. That's probably a solid 20 inches before it starts widening up. And in my paddling yesterday, that's why I was like, this boat performs from about right here back. It just gets back on that so smooth. The rewind's more of a traditional half slice. This is kind of like a hybrid to me. It's very interesting, the difference in comparison of these things. Bigger deck height. And this is Piranha's new cockpit realm, which is pretty similar to Dagger's. Rocker's not crazy off. It's definitely higher on the Ripper 2 than it is on the Rewind, but it's not crazy high. Let's roll them over. The patented wave deflectors. They're not patented, but they're wave deflectors. I like them. I think they work. I think these things work.
I mean, I'll give you, they do work. They worked on my 9R2. I definitely stayed drier. But also you could just be better.
That is true. This boat has the ability to keep the bow out of the water very well. It's narrow, so the Rewind's got this narrow taper in right here. This is a wide, flat taper that comes in. The difference is crazy on how wide that is up here. You can see the difference in the rails.
Oh yeah, this is so much more responsive. All the way back too, all the way back. Look at that.
They've ran that rail all the way back to like an inch off the tail, where the Rewind, and that's why this boat comes off rocks so smooth. I loved how this tail comes off rocks. This was a beast to get off a rock. I was paddling it on a rocky run yesterday, and the rocks would hang up constantly back here, but when you had this thing in some flow, it was beautiful. Sure you could guide off of that back tail
all the way through. This is the definition of using your back edge, folks.
That is exactly the definition of using a back edge. See, this is going to be a little slippery back here, but it's a lot more predictable. Because what Dagger did, they faded that out a lot, where Piranha, they came down and held that edge very aggressive all the way back. But you can see my hand right here for the width. So it's definitely a wider tail, which I liked. It was similar like on the Steez and Goat. I like having that wide tail back there. Oh yeah. But there you go. I don't know what else there is. And look what they did on the how Dagger and Piranha in the past, they've done their cutouts right here. They actually cut out, they made this like a fade. So that way the water
actually just goes through,
yeah,
instead of getting
so
trapped.
it's a lot smoother through there. I've never seen that. That's pretty smart.
That is pretty smart.
Now it comes down and it just kind of fades out, where you look at this, it's like it kind of like a stamp in there. And that's what it is. They actually put a piece of metal, of aluminum in there, and then weld around it and clean it up. And that's what that is, after you get the mold back.
That makes a lot of sense. So this is why it takes longer for Dagger boats to be produced.
Yeah, because of that bulkhead. That's exactly what it is. And you could see, you could see how that rail runs up here on this edge.
That's secondary. That's crazy. Holy shit, man. That's huge. Wow.
And you definitely feel that, dude. When I got it like on its edge hard, I could feel that grab right in there.
Yeah, in front of everything. It's just, that's beautiful.
All right.
Wow. I really like that. This whole edge stops here, and then, you know, if you're getting it way up on edge, if you're going for that big carve, then you can really engage the front instead of just having to engage what's down here. That is freaking smart right there. And that's huge. I mean, you can really land forward and really whip this thing where you want to go.
I was out yesterday and I would come out of drops and I would hit, the bow would drop and it would lift and turn.
Go.
And if I wanted to transition back, I could turn, because this rail would grab so quickly.
That is nice.
Where when you look at, it's very smooth off like that, which you can make it work in a boat like this. It's just not as easy.
And this is, you got to be so much more dynamic with your torso and with your weight distribution here, instead of this. The boat can actually do it for you. No bulge here, so how stable is it really?
Dude, it's pretty stable from here. It's actually pretty hard to get completely vert. You have to really throw your body weight really well.
It seems like that. And then if you do, you're gotta really body brace, because this is so flat. But I like this.
Yes. Yeah. What's your shoe size?
13.
13, and
Size
you've got
13.
them on.
And my shoes are on, and I am flat against
Size 13 shoe, and this is the medium.
Knees right on the
And you've tried the Ripper 1.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And
So the
Ripper
foot
1
room.
really
So the foot room's comfortable for you.
foot room is perfect.
With size 13 with Astrals on right now,
Yeah.
in the Ripper. Now how's that compared to the medium rewind? So this is tight on you.
This is tight on me. I can't actually have the bulkhead where I need it because my feet don't fit. I have to put it up one and then point my toes.
Okay.
So that means that I've now foamed the knees out. So
Yeah.
everything is now supported here, and most of my force really comes from just about halfway down the shin to my knees.
Okay.
And then this is locked in super tight. This is really comfortable, but the foot room, it's just too smashed up here. It's too flat.
It's noticeably larger looking at it. Look at the difference in the size
This is
of
designed,
this.
which is a sick boat.
Which is great.
Totally trying to rep for this boat. It's awesome. But this is so much more comfortable. I'm only 5 minutes into this boat and I'm loving it a ton right now. Give me 20 minutes, we'll get back to you and see what it feels like. But I can tell you that this is the most comfortable seating position I've ever been in a piranha boat that is new. The Burns, that's a different generation of seating. This is super comfortable. I mean, I'm contacted from my knees all the way to 3/4 down my thigh. It's amazing. This month's video might get a little, PG-13 with this shot.
Listen to it. Yeah, have you? And awesome you paddled the Ripper?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I paddled the Ripper for a while.
Yeah.
I like this a lot. Of course, this is the dry land test.
Yeah.
But I really like this boat.
Well, awesome, dude. Yeah, thanks a lot for jumping in it real quick.
Not a problem.